Okay, good afternoon, class. Okay, so please make sure you are in the right class, which is this class is statistics class. Okay, so for today, please take your attendance first. Right. Okay, so for today, we will proceed with the module briefing first, and then we will continue with the lecture next week. Okay, lecture will start on next week. Right. So, what happened? Alright, so welcome back for the September 2024 semester. Alright, so I will be the module lecturer for this statistics module. Okay, we call it, and the module name is ITS 66804, Statistical Inference and Modeling. Okay, alright, so for this module, this one is a 4-credit module, okay, for the second year student. Right. Okay, so basically this is what we call the breakdown of the module. We do have the lecture and also we have the practical. Okay, you see from your timetable, you see the tutorial class, or both are practical? Can I see? Both are practical, right? So that one is a section 1 and then section 2 practical, right? Okay. So basically for this module, we will have a 1-hour lecture, all right? So the lecture will be on next Tuesday, okay? And then we have 2 practical, okay? So we have 2 practical for each week, okay? So basically the total student is 167, all right? And then you will be separate into 6 different sections for the practical, okay? So you have a practical, what we call practical section 1, right? Okay. And then practical section 2, we have 6 group. Okay. So basically we will take for this one, lecture, practical and practical, right? So we'll take the practical for the lab. Another practical will be for the tutorial discussion. Okay, all right. One session is for the lab, okay, and then another session is for the for the tutorial. Okay. All right. So you can check from your timetable also. Maybe I will use the section 1 all from 1 until 6. We're gonna use this one for the tutorial, and then section 2 is for the practical or lab, computer lab. Okay. Right. Okay, so this one is the lecture, and then please check either this one is tally with my timetable. Okay, right. So this is a detail for the lecture and also for the practical. Okay, all right. So this one is the assessment. Okay, we proceed with the assessment. All right, we only have 2 assessments. Okay, the first assessment is the lab assessment. Okay, the second one is the case study, right? So lab assessment will be 30%, and the case study will be 30% as well. Okay, all right. So final examination is a 40%. Okay, so overall is a 100%. All right. So no worries, I will upload this one. I will upload this module briefing in on the My Times. Okay, you can check from there. Okay, so lab assessment, it is a 30%. All right, MLO2 assess for this one, MLO2. All right, and then date is maybe we will do the 2 lab assessment. depending on the situation, okay? So the first one is you need to submit on week 6. Another one is you need to submit on week 10, okay? And then we have another assessment, which is the case study. All right, so the case study is like you are doing the group assignment, okay? All right, group assignment. Okay, so for this case study, I will proceed to give you the assessment on week 4, and then you may submit on week 13 or 14. Okay, so we have 10 weeks for you to do in a grouping. Okay, all right, so and then the last one is a final exam. Okay, so we have 40%. Okay, 40% for the final exam, yes. Material? No, no. Depend on this. Follow on this. Okay? Alright, so we have a final exam, 40%. Alright? And then this one will be the MLO1. Okay? Alright, so for this statistic, we'll be involving the theory, and also we have the calculation. Okay? The final will be involving the calculation. So no worries, because I will explain on this one during the tutorial and during the next lecture also. Just this one is a briefing. Okay? Alright, so this basically an breakdown for the assessment. Okay, so the total one is the 100%. Okay, but if you already passed for the coursework, you need also to pass the final exam. Okay, you need to pass for the both final exam and also the coursework. Okay, if you fail the coursework, so you need to receive the coursework, but then if you fail for the final, you need to receive for the final only. Okay, alright. Okay, so because this one is a statistic, we also will be exposed to the R programming. So for this statistic, we will use the R software and also R Studio. We call it as a R. The name is only R, and also R Studio. This one is a free software. Okay, you can download, or maybe next week we will do the installation in your computer. Okay, next week, starting for the next week. All right, so this one is basically a general briefing about the module file, about the module. Okay, for this statistic. All right, so we proceed with the MI first. Okay. All right, so before I proceed with the weekly plan, so who will be the volunteer for the class rep? We need 2 volunteer for the class rep. Any of you volunteer for the class rep? Yeah. Oh, randomly. Volunteer is okay lah. I open for everyone before I choose randomly. I choose you lah. What's your name? Can you come here and then introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Abdullah and I'm from Yemen. I'm 22 years old. I was asking him actually. Second year, yeah. First semester, second year.
Alright, so can you help me to create a WhatsApp group?
For sure. Yes, okay.
No extra marks. For the WhatsApp group, no extra marks. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so you add and then make sure that everyone in the group first before we discuss.
Okay.
The weekly plan. Okay, so please make sure everyone in the WhatsApp group first. Okay, another one? Another one to volunteer for the class rep? Who's? Choose randomly. Choose randomly, you can.
Right, so hi everyone, my name is Pavitra. You can call me Pavi. So I'll become 20 in about 2 weeks. So I'm also in my second year, first semester. And Yeah, that's about it for me.
Okay, so this is my number. Please add me in the WhatsApp group as well, okay? Okay. Please make sure everyone in the WhatsApp group first, okay, for us to easy communication, easy to communicate. Okay, you just give this one, okay, please make sure that they,
Everyone,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for everyone.
One by one.
Okay, before I proceed with the weekly plan. Okay. Okay, class. So no worries, your class rep will open the counter in front of this lecture, and then you can scan, and then you'll be added in the group. Okay. So if you are not in the group, please WhatsApp me. I will add you in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So are you all okay? The medium for the communication is through the WhatsApp, or you want the Teams or what? This one is okay. Okay. Any of you don't have a WhatsApp? She or he only receive the email only. No, eh? Okay. All right, so everyone is convenient with the WhatsApp, so we proceed with the WhatsApp. All right, so let me proceed with the weekly plan. All right, so for this one, this is the topic that will be covered in the statistic module. Okay. All right, so for the week one is the module briefing. Okay, so basically we have the introduction to statistics. I think that all of the module will have the introduction about the module itself, and then it is same here. All right, so introduction to the statistic, and then we have introduction to R, okay, and then we have when it is a statistic, we also involve with the data. All right, so we have the data collection. All right, and then for the methods for data collection will be covered in this module. All right, okay, and then after we have collected our data, we already have our data. Okay, through some of the sampling or through some of the experiment that will give us data. So we need to do the data preparation. Okay, data preparation. All right, and then after the data preparation, we have the EDA, exploratory data analysis. Okay, so what we have under the exploratory data analysis, we will measure the central tendency. All right, and then we will deal with the measure of the spread, which is the standard deviation and also the variance. Right? Okay. All right. So we have 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks to complete the exploratory data analysis. Okay, week 5, week 6, and also week 7. All right. And then for the week 8, there will be the independent learning week. Right. So we have the continuous. Okay, continuous probability. Week 7. Week 7 we have a discrete probability distribution. Okay, discrete is related with the something that we can count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is a discrete. And then week 8 we have a continuous probability distribution. So the most important part for this chapter is a basis of integration. Okay, so the basis of integration are required for this continuous probability distribution. Okay, week 9 we have the sampling distribution and confidence interval. Okay, week 10 we have the hypothesis testing. Okay, all right, and then week 11 we have the statistical inference in R. Okay, statistical inference in R. And then week 12 we have the simple linear regression. How many of you familiar with the simple linear regression? No. Okay, so week 13 we have the multiple linear regression, and then week 14 we do have the revision. Okay, so this is basically the topic that will be covered under this statistic module. All right. Okay, so for this one, okay, all of this you can check from here. Later I will upload all the file. Okay, for this introduction to R we will do in the practical. Okay, introduction to statistics we will do in the lecture next week. Okay, all right, and then introduction to R we will do in the practical. Okay, we will install the R software next week. All right, and then after that we do the method for data collection, whereby in the lecture we will focus on the sampling technique. So how many techniques that we have to collect the data? Basically we have the probability and non-probability of the data. Some of data we are collect from the randomization, and then some of the data we are not collect from the randomization. Okay, so we randomly collect the data. All right, so after that we deal with the data preparation. Okay, this is all about the frequency and contingency table for the qualitative, okay, for the quantitative and also the categorical. Okay, you will study in this one. All right, so under data preparation also, we will do the frequency and then contingency table in R. So this one we will conduct under the, during the practical session. Okay, all right, so the next one is the identify the outliers. Okay, we need to identify the outliers and then we check for the missing data. This one will be covered under the data preparation. Okay, all right, so we go with the week 5. Okay, week 5 again, we have the exploratory data analysis, okay, EDA. Alright, so under EDA, we will focus on the checking for the central tendency. What is a central tendency? Central tendency is the mean, mode, and median. Okay, and then also we will check for the measure of variance and also the standard deviation of the data. How far the data is from the mean. Okay, so we have both. Okay, in this week we have both, because this one measure of central tendency we will do manually. Okay, hand calculation, manual calculation, and also we can use the R to calculate the value. Okay, let's say you have the data, the body weight, the body height of this class we have 170, 170, 11, 691, 68. So you need to calculate the mean. Okay, so you need to manually calculate, show the solution, and then you can use the R software also. Okay, all right, so we have the graphical representation of the statistic of data. So after you get all the data, how you gonna transform your data into the meaningful way? For example, you are draw or you are constructing a histogram, you are doing the bar chart, you are doing the pie chart, and so on. Okay, you transform all the observation into the meaningful way. This one is about the statistic. Okay, and then for this one also, we will use the R to get the box plot, to get the scatter plot, to get the histogram. Okay, all right, so we will cover for this EDA for about 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks in the lecture and also 3 weeks in the R. Okay, all right, so week 7. Week 7 is a discrete probability. This one also mean variance for this discrete probability, providing that we have an experiment, okay, related with the discrete one. Okay, for example, you are tossing a dice, okay, and so on. All right, and then we have continuous. Okay, continuous, we have the basic integration. You need to apply your integration skill. How to integrate this one? This one is the integration. So you need to know the basic integration. Okay, if you know how to integrate this one, so it will be okay with the continuous probability distribution. Okay, all right, so we have the sampling distribution. This one is the properties of the central limit theorem. Okay, what is the normal distribution and so on. Okay, and then we have the hypothesis testing. Okay, hypothesis testing is the concept of the hypothesis testing and so on. Later, we will see this one for the mu and also for the proportion. Okay, all right, and then we have the linear regression and multiple regression. Okay, so what is the linear regression? To study the relationship between the two variables or more. Okay, if two variables, we call it as a simple linear regression. Two or more variables, we call it as a multiple linear regression. Same also here. Okay, we will study on how to calculate the data. Okay, and then we need to estimate the regression model using the least square estimator. All right, and then we are using R as well. Okay, okay, this is application will be using R. Okay, right. So this is all about the topic and subtopic. Okay, all right. Any changes I will let you know. Okay, maybe in terms of week and so on. Sometimes from the previous semester is we need to have 2 weeks for the hypothesis testing. Okay, all right. Sometimes 1 week can finish. It depends. Okay, all right. Okay, so attendance is compulsory for the lecture, tutorial, and also the what next is a practical, right? Practical, tutorial, and also the lecture. Okay, so even though they have a recording in this lecture hall, but then you cannot say to me that you attend live, you watch me live in this class and then you didn't attend the class. So you need to be here. Okay, because all the lecture will be conducted as physical class. Okay, so you cannot say that you see the recording from your home and from any other place. You need to come here. Okay, right. Right. So this is basically I summarize all the related MI. Okay, so you can see that material today. Okay, on my times. All right. So this is. Okay, this is MI. Okay, we have basically 3 MLO, MLO1, MLO2, and also MLO3. Okay, so MLO1 we have to calculate the statistical parameters. Okay, MLO1 to calculate the statistical parameters. So this one is related with the what? Final examination. Okay, alright. MLO2 is related with the perform statistical inference and prediction using a suitable statistical tools to solve a given problem. So this one is related with the lab assessment. Okay, and MLO3 is related with the group assignment. Okay, alright. So for the group assignment, since this one we have 1, 6, 7, so can we have 6 in each group for the group assignment? 6. Okay. No, maximum. Minimum is 6, maximum is 6. You cannot do it. This one is a group assignment. If you do it alone, so you get 0. Okay? Minimum 6, maximum 6. Okay? Alright, so you can choose your own group. Okay? Alright, I won't force you to be this group in this one and so on. Okay? But then please, okay, if you choose your group members, please make sure that you didn't bring me any problem during the week 13. Okay? Alright, please utilize, please use, please apply all the negotiation skill with your group members. Make sure that everyone do their part, everyone is contribute to the group assignment. Okay? Alright, don't you come to me with 13 and then already remove, already kick from the group, or this. Okay? Alright? Okay, so minimum is 6, okay? Maximum also 6 members in each group for the case study. Okay, it's up to you to choose who will be your group members. Okay? Right. Any question, class? Any question, please ask in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, okay, thank you. All right, please everyone, okay, so we will finish our class earlier today, okay? All right, but please make sure everyone is in the WhatsApp group first before you leave. That's all, class. If anything, just WhatsApp me, okay?